Good afternoon, everyone. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Evan Geyer. Teachers could go their own way on state and relationship subjects. Examples like competitive activities, creations, journaling, efficiency exercises, budgeting, chores, state pride, and student teachers. Today we have a teaching theme of Ohio. Ohio and New York. What money buys gamble. Woo. So in Ohio, getting to know the people around you, saying, "Oh, hi, oh," and getting their name, saying, "Hey, Chad, hey, Jeff, hey, Ricky, hey, Sam." Um, when you pass them by, and knowing the the 50 to 100 to 500 people around you, um, can create a situation where you're locally famous. You're not pulling up in the uh, Lamborghini uh, or the limousine to open the door to have a bunch of guests greeting you with flashing cameras and lights. However, when you walk down the street or when you're at work, if you're locally famous, you know those people around you and they know you. And that's, to me, a good feeling, to be known and to know the people around me. So locally famous, yeah, just get to know the people around you, and you might not open the door to the flashing lights, which is famous, and that only occurs sometimes, even to the famous. However, locally famous can be a nice thing to do. I felt that I was locally famous when I was in college, freshman, sophomore year. I knew a lot of different names of people. When I was walking to class, I would say hi to them. I would call them by name. They knew my name. I would talk to people, with people when they're eating lunch, and do those kinds of things. And I became locally famous at college. Um, so if you want to do the same thing, get to know the people around you. Don't just hide in these little niches of 2 to 3 people. Although if you want to do that, you can do that. And it's just Ohio. Oh, hi. Oh, I know you. And yeah, so that's locally famous. It's something that, unless you live out in the middle of the United States, that pretty much anyone can accomplish. And I've seen, even in the middle of the United States, when you're driving by, people wave at each other when they drive by because they know each other. Um, and there's not a lot of people out there, however, they know each other. So, walking, getting to know your neighbors, getting to know your surroundings, it's an important thing. And unless you just want to stick to yourself, I think it makes life a lot better when people know people and trust people or don't have to worry about it, and they just can do things together in a better way. So that's Ohio, locally famous. Um, Something to strive for that everyone can really accomplish. Not everyone can accomplish the fame, um, like national fame. However, pretty much anyone can accomplish local fame. The next teaching is New York. What money buys gamble. The recent downturn seems to show that no one actually can forecast the future very well and has proven many people wrong. With the yen down over 25% versus the dollar and the stock market down over 25%, what is one to do? All that saved money is going to pay bills, and we need to save better. So all that money that we've saved up is going to pay the debt on the interest. That's why the stock market's going down. All that money that we've saved up is going to buy the next tank of gas. That's why the stock market's going down. All that money that saved up is going to support lavish lifestyles or lifestyles of the rich and famous. That's why the stock market's going down, and it's because there's a lack of savings. We're exiting Marxism, where you produce more than you consume, and we're consuming more than we produce, and that's why the stock market's going down. So to avoid that, we need to start saving more than we produce, and that takes hard uh, decisions and looking at the bankruptcy laws and credit and making sure that people aren't getting credit who don't deserve credit, and things like that. I say I have a better credit rating than the U.S. I've got money in the bank. I've got money in the stock market. I've got money, mostly oil. I got money in hard assets, kind of like the federal government, although it's in different hard assets. So is it all a gamble? No, it's exiting Marxism. There's so many problems that there's a problem, and we don't want to go down the road of some other countries or civilizations that have collapsed. We don't want to consume more than we produce, and a lot of that is politics. It's easy to spend money to make your constituents happy. A lot of that is um, that there's just so many problems that there's not enough to go around. And so that's New York teaching theme: what money buys, gamble. It's turned into a gamble, and I buy oil stocks because that's on the uptrend. They're trying to influence the price of oil down. However, it's got to go up so that people don't consume more than they produce, and that they stop buying those big SUVs and stuff like that when they can't afford them. Um, so yeah, that's New York for you. And then we've also got in another presentation, we also got who you are defined through the eternal religion. People are someone defined through the eternal religion. They're just someone, and it doesn't have to be defined through the eternal religion. There's someone. Um, Knowing who you are is important. And if you want to learn more about who you are, watch my next videos, short movies, and I'll talk about it. I said that I would talk about the girlfriend boyfriend situation, and in college there was a girl. She'd have two boyfriends, and for her it was kind of normal. In the eternal religion, um, that's something that's actually okay. It reduces the barrier to talking to boys and boys talking to girls and girls talking to boys when you can have more than one girlfriend. Um, and it's not mandatory. You can have one girlfriend or you can have two girlfriends. You can't have more than two girlfriends. However, you can have a wife and two girlfriends or a husband and two boyfriends, kind of like that. Um, so that's what's different about it. It reduces the barriers. You still have only one husband or wife. However, you can have two girlfriends and a wife, or two girlfriends and no wife. Can't have three girlfriends, and it just a way of living that's different. That's not really talked about. However, people do it anyway. Sometimes they call it cheating. However, if you're official girlfriend, then it's not cheating, and can spice things up and make life a little bit better. I haven't had a lot of those situations, so I don't actually know how it works. However, that is in the religion. It's different from other religions where it's just one man and one woman, and it reduces the barriers to getting into a relationship. Sometimes it could make it harder to stay in a relationship too, because you can have two. But then when they make that mistake of having too many girlfriends or having two girlfriends or switching girlfriends too often, they go back and they're like, no, I just want one person, main family to go to, and maybe a girlfriend here and there. But so it allows them to make that mistake of having being maybe too promiscuous and then they kind of realize, who they are and what they want in life. So that's that. And then, like I said, who you are defining the term religion in another short movie. That's a wrap. All right, talk to you later and see ya.